my channel. Today's video has been highly requested, like crazy. So I decided that I would make a cruise ship Q&A for you. So basically, I asked you guys to ask me questions about my life on the cruise ship, working on a cruise ship, living on a cruise ship, everything cruise ship. And I'm gonna try to answer those questions for you. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, first question. How did you get the job? I actually did a whole video about that last week. Basically I applied. What exactly do you do on the ship? So like I said in my previous video, I am a sports staff. So basically what we do is that we take care of all the sports activities on the ship. So we have a rock climbing wall, we take care of that. We have a flow rider, which is like a wave of surf, we take care of that. On the ship I was on previously, we had bumper cars, roller skates, circus trapeze, all of that fun stuff. So that's the operation we run. Also, we have some extra duties which are like completely unrelated to our job, but they're part of our contract. So we have like other side duties that we have to do as well. Question number 3. I almost did it too. Are you a seafarer? I am a seafarer because I work on ships. Not all the time, but most of the time. What's your favorite part of the job? I think that that's the question that I got the most. And I would say that like just working on a cruise ship overall is an amazing experience. But my favorite part would have to be like all the people that I meet. I'm so lucky. I get to work with people that are from all around the world and everyone has something different to bring. Experiences, cultures. I make friends from all around the globe, which is amazing, and everyone is so nice, and I also get to travel the world, which is amazing. But I would say definitely the people I meet, the crew and the guests, everyone has something to bring, something to tell. I think that's amazing, and that's definitely my favorite part. Next question is, what's the worst part? I would say that obviously it's an amazing job, but we do work long hours and we have to work every single day. Like we don't get days off unless we're really sick. And we're away from our friends and families for several months at a time, so that can get a little bit hard. But even if we have to work long hours, even if we're away from our friends and families, we all do this job because we love it, so it's okay at the end. Next question. Do you get bad motion sickness while working? I used to get it in the beginning because I wasn't used to working on ships because it's kind of rocky sometimes. But the answer is no. I have seasickness pills that I take sometimes when it gets really rocky, and that really helps me. But otherwise, not really. The times when it gets really rocky is when there are like storms or like typhoons or that kind of stuff. And it can get pretty rocky. Like you'll be walking down the hallway and you'll be walking to your right and whoops, suddenly you're on your left, and then whoops, suddenly you're on your right because like the ship's going like this. I don't really get motion sick. Some people do, but I don't really anymore. Moving on. How long are you gone from home and how is it to have the ship crew as only friends? Personally, my contracts are 7 months, so I'm gone from home for 7 months. But different positions have different contract length. So some people have contracts that are 2 months, and then some people have contracts that are 10 months. So it really depends. Mine is 7 months, which is pretty long, but you get used to it. And second part of the question was, how is it to have crew as only friends? It's a little bit different because when you're on land, you see your friends like periodically, like sometimes you text them, you don't see them all the time. But when you're on the ship, you are really close with everyone and you see them every single day. So it's a really different dynamic, but I kind of like it because I can just like call up one of my friends in their cabin and be like, oh hey, like let's meet there in 5 minutes. So it's pretty nice, and you get to form like a really tight and close bond with people. So the kind of relationship is really different, but you get really close to people and form like really strong friendships in a matter of time. So that's really nice. And I still have so many friends from the ship that I still talk to really often. It's really nice. Next question. Is a hot dog a sandwich? What was your favorite thing about working on the cruise ship, and how was the food? Well, that first part I already answered. But how was the food? So basically we have our own cafeteria like for the crew, which is like a buffet where you can get your own food. The food is actually pretty good. We don't get the same quality as the guests, obviously, but honestly the food is pretty good. You do get tired after a while. Like after 7 months you want to go home and eat the food at home. But to be honest, there's a lot of variety and you're always going to end up like finding something that you're going to like eating, so it's pretty good. What things did you miss the most from home besides friends and family? That's a good question. I miss my bedroom, as crazy as it sounds, because our rooms on the ship, well, most of the crew, are really tiny. Like really, really tiny. So I miss having like my own space. Like, well, I still had my own space because I had a single room, but it was really small, so I miss like having space to like walk around. Another thing I kept saying when I was on the ship, I am Canadian, and as a Canadian I live off Tim Hortons almost entirely. I love Tim Hortons. Actually, when I got home, my parents came to pick me up from the airport, and my mom brought me Timbits because she knew how much I missed Tim Hortons. How often do you get to go to the ports and hang out there instead of on the ship? That really depends. On the ship I was on previously, I was lucky. We could almost always go out in port because we didn't really have any job to do on the ship, but I know that on some ships, they have to stay on the ship and work. So usually it's like it works on the rotations, like some people can go out and then the other part of the team stays on the ship, and then it rotates like that every port. But I would say on the ship I was on, we could go out pretty often, which was nice. We'd always have like a couple of hours off on port days, so that was nice. Next question. Would you recommend it as a gap year job after grade 12 but before uni? Surprisingly, I would say that the answer to that is no. Because that is what I was planning to do when I started working on ships. And if you love it, you really get caught up in it. I was planning on only doing one contract when I got that job, and now I'm off on like another ship, and God knows how long I'm gonna do that. So if you're really planning on doing that like one contract for 1 year, like one gap year, I would say no, because you get caught up in it, you end up loving it, and then you end up like going off. But if that is something you don't mind happening to you, I mean, go for it. Ship life, like working on a cruise ship, everything is not for everyone, I would have to say. Like, it's either for you or it's not. I don't think there's an in-between. But, I mean, you have to try it to know. So if that's something you want to do, if it's something you are okay getting caught up in, maybe, I mean, go for it. Is it like free vacation, or do you get sick of the destinations after a while? It's definitely not like free vacation because we work a lot. I don't really get sick of the destinations because we have like more than like, let's say 2 destinations. Like the ship I was on was like, while I was there, went to about like 10 different places. So no, you don't really get sick, but like sometimes in one port you've seen like all of like the touristy stuff. So you end up like just going out for like free Wi-Fi, for coffee, for just hanging out. But no, you don't really get sick because like we're caught on the ship most of the time. So it's nice to get out sometimes. Alright, last question, because I got so many questions. I will most probably be doing a part 2 for this video. So let me know in the comments down below if you would like a part 2 to this video. How does it affect your family life? It is very different than being at home, obviously, because you're away for several months. I try to like not let it affect my family life too much, or my relationship with my friends. I try to call everyone on FaceTime, on Skype every now and then, tell my parents what's up, how I'm doing, text my friends, so all of that. I think the key is to like make an effort to stay in contact, because you can easily just, you know, like zone out and not talk to anyone at home because you have a whole life on the ship. But I really try not to let it affect my relationships too much, and I try to keep in contact with the people I love as much as possible. Alright guys, so that is a wrap for this video. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and to subscribe, because I post new videos every week. Let me know in the comments below if you have any other questions, if you have suggestions for future videos, what you thought, and I will see all of you guys next time. Bye!